action tonight from the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. We've got Ash in the booth tonight, and we've got Division 3 of the GTS season, like I said, from Brands Hatch. 10 runners tonight, whilst the league is still settling in. We've got a brand new runner this week, Melissa Power. Just whilst everyone's going around on the formation lap before they start the qualifying session, I'm going to take a quick look and let you know what the championship standings are. So the two championship leaders have now been promoted. Eddie Red and Garvin down 52 points. Our most recent winner, Danny, is tied on 49 with Big Hurt. Hugh has also been promoted on 45. Nat Stickman is on 35. Alpha Nat, who's also been promoted, he's on 30. D Roberts on 23, he's been promoted as well. We've got Robot on 18, Emma Blah on 14, Maximus 12, Marco on 9, Mick on 6, Sammy with 5, Lex on 4, and Matty Juan Ball in with 3 points, as we have it so far. As we're watching Robot's lap, he's coming up through Surtees and now down Pilgrim Drop to Hawthorns, which then heads down towards Westfield Corner. This is the right hander here, heading through what this is part is now known as Dingle Dell. The next curve coming up used to be known as Dingle Dell, but it's now called Sheen Curve after Barry Sheen. And then you've got Sterling's, the left hander here, heading up towards Clearways, which is just under the bridge. And then you've got Clark Curve at the final corner. The Slappers Robot heads round the final corner now for his first quality lap time. Let's see what he sets. He sets a 24.858, which is a very decent opening gambit. As Lex is next, he goes to 32. Maximus goes to a 26.0. Sammy goes 25.5. Danny ahead of him goes 25.2. Mick goes to 27.5. Melissa Power sets a 33.6 as somebody spun, A Stickman spun, I think. There he is. One ball sets a time 45.4. Big Hurt is, he's had to slowed down. His lap time was pretty slow, so Robot sets a running pace so far for this race. Commentator extraordinaire. Just quickly nipping over the chat. Hello to Ricardo Patrese. Hello AJ. It depends whether you're good, nice, evil, or just plain irritating. We'll see. Now there's going to be plenty of time for a few laps from the guys. Today's Lex goes 26.7, he improves his time. Danny improves to 24.5. That's cool, and he's just doing a little bit of sliding there. Going over across the line. Mick goes at 26.8. Mr. Power for his first Dwarf race has done a 32.0, which is, considering he's only been passing for a couple of days, is very, very good time for him. And and he's only going to improve as time goes on. Look at Danny. Is Maddie set to 26-1, I think? Now you see, AJ, those sorts of comments that you make are the sorts of comments that will get you muted. So, we'll see. Got someone cheering for Andy. Good luck, Andy. Because I say so, I win final. AJ. As Danny comes into the pit lane, Robot. I'm going to watch Robot's lap. In fact, when he gets to the end of the lap, I'm going to go on board with Robot. And then we're going to go for a lap on board with Robot as he's trying to shift as much fuel as possible. No, you must call him Sir. As now, here we go. As I now join Robot from the bonnet cam. Heading down turn 1, Paddock Bend. Just can't quite, you've got to hook the apex there, it's very, very difficult to do it. Stickman goes 24.5 and goes provisional pole. He goes very Druids, he's not quite hooked, he's hooked too much of the curve there. Now Graham Hill, where that's very difficult to get right. Yeah, he's messed up the lap. Messed up the lap, which is a pity. Messed up the lap, which is a pity for him. So, and also they've got cheer for Mr. Michael Howe from his daughter Moon. Hello, Moon. Hashtag Team Dad. Is Danny? Well, I will go on board for a lap, and I'll join the current second place man. There's only 8 thousandths between the stickman and Danny. So here we go. We've got on board now with Danny, heading over across the lane. He's going to go through Paddock Hill. And he just about keeps it on track. He can use a little bit of runoff, but it's very easy to go to get sucked into the gravel trap there. As he goes 4 tenths down for a sector, as he goes through Graham Hill, he's sliding. He's now going to go up into Surtees, the left, but it's a long left-hander. It's very, very difficult to get right. He's now going to, he's now abandoning that lap as well. I'm going to get a lap eventually with somebody. And I'm going to do it with the stickman, I think. When he completes his outlap. But I haven't focused on anybody on him yet, so I want to put the emphasis where he can gain his time. He's on outlap. Yeah, very, very close top 2. Actually, I think there's going to be a lot of people's gaps where they're going to be very tight across all the divisions. And I think it's only going to get tighter when you get to D2 and especially D1. Cheer for the DW2 drivers from Martin Hubert. So now Stickman, he's coming through Clark Curve. So we're now on board with him. Goes across the line. Going to come through Paddock Hill, gets that quite nice actually, just runs up and down and up back the hill again to Druids, hooks the curve quite nicely, and he's 3 times up now, so he's now into Graham Hill Bend, heading back down the Cooper Straight to Surtees. He's a long left-hander. It's very difficult to get this right. He's still purple in this sector. So he's got a chance to improve his time yet more as he heads down Pilgrim's Drop to Hawthorne's a right-hander. Just want to get that right, and he's managed to do that. He's now going to head towards Westfield. Just clip the curb on the inside and just make sure he don't get sucked off into the gravel. Now heading up through Dingle Down to shoot the curve. Just hook that curve on the inside and make sure he don't run wide. Yeah, he's still purple. He'll very nearly one wide into Sterling's left-hander, and he's now heading down to Clearways and then Clark Curve, which is just there. He's managed to clip the apex quite nicely. As there's loads of people improving, he goes 24.3. That's a very good time from Stickman. Danny has failed to improve his second. Robot didn't improve his time. In fact, he did get out 24.6, but that only puts him third. That's 2/10. The top three are covered by. And then, surprisingly, is the gap. Is that better? Sorry, that's my fault. So we've got Max in fourth, Sammy fifth, Lex retired at the pit lane, start sixth. Nick will start seventh. Matty starts eighth. Ninth is Illicit Power. That's a good effort from him. Unfortunately, it looks like the big hit didn't manage to get a decent time, so he starts from last. So this is going to be a very, very intriguing race to see what people do, not just in terms of the race, but in terms of strategy as well. That's a good effort for it being his first pole. Very, very well done. It's very satisfying when you can get a good qualifying time. So there we have the top 10. So here we go. Ten runners is going to be the very, very important start. It's going to be very, very difficult to overtake around here. 28 laps. And we are waiting for the lights to go out, and we are away and racing. Andy didn't get a good start. Stickman got a very, very poor start. He's been swamped by Danny and Robot heading into Paddock Hill. And Danny got a little bit squirrely, and that allowed Stickman back into second. Danny in third. Maximus has had a good start in fourth. Mick and Lex fighting for fifth. Big Hurts managed to gain 3 places off the line in seventh. And then you've got Illicit Power and Sammy Carter fighting there for 8th place. And then you've got Matty in 10th spot. But Robot has made an electric start. He's got himself into the lead early on, and he's holding a steady 7/10 gap from the Stickman and Danny in third, and these three are just starting to break away from the rest of the pack. Heading now through Sterling's. And then you've got Maximus is the start of the next little pack. You've got Maximus, Lex and the Big Hurt. away from Sammy Carter and Mick, and Alyssa Power and Matty. So that's your order early on. His robot is starting to build an advantage a little bit over the stickman. He's got about a second's gap. Early on, he got an incredible launch off the line. Did robot. And now he's just holding on to the gap at the minute. He's got away from Stickman, who's now going to have to focus his attentions on trying to defend from Danny, who's the most recent race winner in D3. And now through Westfield. It's a very fine bounce up not to go off into the gravel there. And through Sheen Curve now into Sterling's. And if anything, Stickman has actually pulled away a little bit from Danny and got closer to Robot. It's a close gap. Maximus has broke away from everybody else. There's been a bit of an incident because Sammy Carter's now in 5th. He's got Mick in very, very close attendance with Big Head there in 7th. Alyssa Power, he's doing okay for his first race. He's just getting himself settled in. Matty in 9th spot, and then you've got Lex who's slipped back sadly. So just to focus at this second time on the battle up front, his robot is keeping that gap fairly steady to the Stickman, and going and from Danny, they're pulling away from Maximus, who's now playing a bit of a lone furrow in 4th. As Sammy has Big Hurt not far away. And through Sheen Curve, he's managed to get a bit of a buffer back to Big Hurt, who in turn's got a buffer back to Mick there in 7th spot. So Power has a bit of a gap back to Lex. I suspect Matty's made a bit of a mistake somewhere, but he's back off from racing again. So back just tracing this top 3. Stickman is holding the gap fairly steady back to Robot. Danny is starting to get cut adrift from the front 2. I wonder if there's any threat of Danny being drawn into a battle with Maximus. We'll see. So the last lap, again, Stickman was 3/10 faster than Robot in the last lap. But this track is, you've got to judge overtake absolutely perfect, because this will then cause instant somebody. Because the track is a very old-fashioned track. It's very narrow. It's only really hosting touring car and sport and the occasional sports car races these days. Hasn't held a Grand Prix here since 1985. No, 86, sorry, 86. He's now heading down into turn 1. Robot's not having the defender at the minute. He's keeping the gap to Stickman very, very even at this stage. You can just see Stickman carrying speed through Graham Hill, almost nudging the back of Robot as he's now having a look down the inside. But you've got to be really alongside there if you're going to make a move stick. That move wasn't on in a month of Sundays. Now heading down Pilgrim's Drop. And now Robot can Can he hold on to the lead as they now head through Westfield? Heading through Dingledell and into Sheen Curve before moving on to Stirling's. Left-hander, he's hitting the grass, but nothing too severe or of any note now through from Surtees into Clark Curve, and Robot is holding on. Just while that battle holds steady, Maximus is in third. Danny's sadly made a mistake somewhere on the previous tour. Is down to fourth. Big Hurt has now managed to get past Sammy and is now pulling away from about 2 seconds clear. Sammy's got a gap clear to make as he gets into the gravel Clark Curve. Gets himself back on track as Lex just overtakes him there. Illicit Power at 9th, he's still touring. Actually, his lap times they're not too bad. And Matty is there in 10th. He's still going about. So now back to the battle at the front. Where can Stickman make a move on Robot? Through Westfield, no move there. Through Dingledell into Surtee into Sheen Curve, nothing happening. Now into he's hit the grass. He hit the grass under brake and just unsettled the car. Did very well not to have an accident there with Robot, but it's now dropped him back from Robot here by nearly a second. So now Robot can just relax just a wee bit. Now, as they head through Paddock Hill and into Druids, this is the battle to keep an eye on because there's nobody really close on track just at the minute. But the Big Hurt, Sammy, Mick, Illicit Power, Lex is having another adventure. Matty is there in 10th still. So I'm going to go back to the lead battle because this is the most intriguing battle on track for me at the minute. Robot is about a second clear now of Stickman, and just looking at tyre wear, it's lap 7. They're about level in terms of tyre wear. These two, as Stickman runs wide, he's pushing too hard. And he's just cost himself a bundle of time. And it's now allowed Robot to brake. As actually now both Robot and Stickman are both in the pit lane. Alright, so they're going for, I would presume, a 3-stop. As Big Hurt now gets into 4th, Danny's in the pit lane. So actually that pit stop hasn't cost them any time, any track position, sorry. It'll cost Danny track position by the looks of it. As Robot's now got himself a 3-second buffer back to the Stickman. Maximus is third. The bit shake-ups come here now, so the Big Hurt is in 4th. Probably ruined his qualifying mistake, not being able to get a clear lap. Sam Carter in 5th. He's a little bit lonely at the minute. Danny in 6th. He's also pitted. Mick in 7th he's not pitted. Lex and Illicit Power, so now Lex has gone past Illicit Power. Lex is just pushing a wee bit too hard at the minute. Just keeps making the odd mistake here and there, which is costing him. as Elizabeth Power carries on there. But he is circulating. He's up times in the 30s. Just needs to be careful of making mistakes. Do that, he's laughing. So just looking at some gaps here, Robot is being closed in on. The gap's down to 1.8 seconds. Back to Stickman. As now he heads down Pilgrim, dropping the Hawthorns. Long right-hander as he now heads into Westfield through Dingledell into Sheen Curve. Gap is closing again, and he's purple in the middle sector. He's about to set a brand new fastest lap of this race, which he already holds. Robot now heads through Clearways and into Clark Curve. There's a 24-1 from the Stickman. Matty just has a bit of a sandcastle experience there through Paddock Hill. As now Robot is being closed on relentlessly. Can he? He's got purple first sector this time round. No, Robot! Oh, he's... Tell you what he did there, he just broke on the white line, it just snapped his car, and now the Stickman has forced the mistake from Robot heading down Pilgrim's Drop into Hawthorns. He's got past, now he needs to defend from Robot, heading through Westfield, through Dingledell, back into Sheen Curve again. Can Robot stay with the Stickman? Now heading through Clearways into Clark Curve. Robot's got his nose down the inside. It's absolutely side by side now, heading into Paddock Hill. Robot makes a move back. That's a tremendous pass. Brilliant, brilliant move. Heading now down into Druids. He's got the move done. That's brilliantly done from Robot. Very, very well done to recover that mistake. I don't really want to move from this battle because it's a very, very good battle to watch. It's side by side. Robot just hooking the inside line. Just needs to be a bit careful. Just in case the car slides, he's managed to recover and regain a little bit of composure. He's now got the lead back from the Stickman. Maximus in third now. He has pitted. Danny in fourth has also pitted. Sammy Carter up to fifth. Big Hurt in sixth, doing a good job. Mick in seventh has Lex, about a second and a half back from him. Elizabeth Power in ninth spot. And then there's Matty in 10th, heading through Westfield. Back to the lead battle. Where can Stickman make the move? Through Paddock Hill. Oh, he's going to have a dive into Druids. Oh, big contact. Will he hold back? He will. Well done. He didn't try to take advantage from the contact, so well done to the Stickman. Now heading from Graham Hill now into safeties. Where can the move be made? Heading now down Pilgrim's Drop. too far back to make the move. Heading up into Westfield. Robot's doing a very, very good job here of defending through Sheen Curve now. Into Sterling's moving not on. Now heading into Clearways and then Clark Curve for the 12th time. Robot is holding on to the lead, and Stickman is just not able. When he was able to get past, he wasn't able to hold on to the lead. Heading now through Graham Hill. Robot is holding steady. Stickman's having a look sort of down the inside, but he's nowhere near alongside enough to make a move. Now down Pilgrim's Drop and into Hawthorns. Stickman just keeps showing a nose, but he's not alongside enough to make the move stick. And Robot's able to hang on to the lead here. Robot is just, at the minute, he's just driving the middle of the road. If you drive the middle of the road around this track, it's very difficult for someone to get past. Now we're into Sterling's. Any move happening yet? No. Not happening. Robot is defending, and he's defending very well. They have lap 14. These two are the class of the field right now. They're 16 seconds clear of everybody else. As now Stickman he's too far back to make the move. Robot doing a very, very good drive here, just driving in the middle of the road. Oh, he slid wide. That's allowed Stickman to get the nose inside. Illicit Power gets out the way. Now heading down into Surtees. Stickman's made the move stick this time. And now he has the lead. Can he hold on for longer than a lap? As he now heads down Pilgrim's Drop. Oh, he's almost run wide coming out of Westfield. But he is. We're holding steady. Robot's off! Oh no, Robot. Oh, you have my sympathies. It's so easy just to run wide. Coming out Sheen Curve and onto the grass. Very, very easy. That's so unlucky. Because that was a great battle up to that point. I get the feeling he was just pushing a bit too hard. As they're both in the pit lane now, Maximus is also in. Sammy Carter in fourth. He carries on. Big Hurt in fifth. He's on a two-stop strategy. So he'll carry on. Danny's in sixth. He's in. Mick in seventh has a plentiful gap now back to Lex, who's got a bit of a gap back to Illicit Power. And then there's Matty in 10th spot. So now, can the Stickman take advantage of his good fortune? It was a good battle. It was a good battle. It was that. I wouldn't wish that on anybody going off whilst chasing for the lead. Robot will feel awful right now, but he just needs to get his head down and just see if he can try and recover the situation, just try and recover some points back. Yeah, I agree. It was literally it's so easy coming out of Sheen Curve. Coming out of Sheen Curve just to get 2 wheels on the grass. And then that's it. You're struggling to just keep the car a straight line. So that was just so unlucky. So unlucky. But now, Stickman's got 11-second gap to Sammy Carter in second. Robot now has made his way back up to third. Big Hurt's now in 4th spot. Maximus in 5th has pitted again. At this second time, I would believe this to be a genuine battle for position. Seems they've both got to stop one more time. Danny in 6 having a bit of a quiet day. I know he's had 2 pit stops, but he's been very, very quiet this race. It's not been the usual Danny performance. Now we've got Mick in 7th spot, having a fairly quiet race, just making sure that he gets a half decent finish. Lex in 8th spot. Got a bit of a gap back to Mick, but he's only 8.5 seconds back from this car. He's doing a decent job. Now 9th. Then Matty is going back out in 10th. So the Stickman's got a 13-second lead now over Sammy Carter. But he's got very, very significantly less worn tyres. There's a big hit set to new fast lap with 24.0. Sammy Carter is about 5 seconds or so ahead of Robot. On the 330s and downhill drop. Now then he'll hook and Hawthorns again. Very least for me, Robot deserves at least second place. That's nothing against Sammy Carter, it's just the way Robot's driven has just been very unfortunate to have just to make that one slight error. At the minute there is nobody out. There's nobody really that close on track. Robot has got 3 seconds or so back to Sammy Carter. He's got 3 seconds back to the big hit, so he's in a bit of no man's land at the minute. As Sammy Carter's just gone off. Sammy Carter's just gone off a paddock hill, and that's allowed Robot into 2nd spot. I suspect he's just understeered wide out of paddock, and the gravel's just sucked him in. That's so unfortunate for Sammy. But that puts them on an even keel in terms of the pit stops in position for me. And now, Sammy Carter has the big hit closing in. So this is a battle I'm going to keep an eye on for now. Big hit does close in. And he's now less than a second away from Sammy Carter. Heading through. Whoa, what was that all about? What on earth just happened there? Lex, who was being lapped by his own teammate, and Lex has just unfortunately taken Robot off. I was so I'm so close to actually swearing there, so... Wow. Robot's luck has just went from bad to worse. I have no words. Oh, I feel so sorry. No, that... I think that was just a pure accident as well. That's allowed for that mistake. As Maximus is now nipped into the podium places. And the big hit is now second spot. And he has, and the Stickman has now managed to get a 23-second lead. Managed to get a 23-second lead on the big hit. Head through paddock kill. There's Maximus, who's had... I could say hand on heart's probably had a very quiet race, but he's in third through not making mistakes and just keeping his nose nice and clean. Oh, he's just run wide, as the commentator says, as how he's kept his race nice and clean. He runs wide in safeties. No real harm done, just a time loss. As Mick is now in the pit lane, there he is. Still in seventh spot, sorry. Danny in sixth has Sammy Carter about 9 seconds up the road, but quite possibly Danny may need to stop again for tyres. Fuel wise, I'd say good to the end, but we'll see in terms of tyres. Sammy Carter is now the big hit, 6 seconds, but that's bang on it. I just feel so sorry for Robot. He was in the lead, and since that mistake, his race has just unravelled right in front of him. But anyways, now Big Hit's back out. He's going to regain third spot when Robot pits. Maximus has to pit as well because he won't have enough fuel to get to the end, so I'm expecting him in the end of the slap. There's the Stickman. Now has a 32-second gap on Maximus. Robot's now in, so he's going to complete his quarter of stocks here. That allows now Big Hit in the third spot. He's about a second back from Maximus, but like I said, I've got a funny feeling Maximus may still need to pit again. Robot's got back out fourth. Can he make a bit of a race with it with Maximus and try and retrieve some sort of podium? and at least finish third. Was an absolute bare minimum. That's what he deserves, in my opinion. As the Stickman's now in for his final stop. Sammy Carter in 5th. Danny still having his quiet race in 6th. Mick in 7th. He's not close to anybody in particular. He's just making sure he can bring this car home. Illicit Power in 8th. Maximus is in, by the way. Lex in 9th. And Matty there in 10th. So, big hits. Big hits made a mistake. Big hits on a slow lap, 35.2. So he's made a mistake somewhere. All of a sudden now he's down to 4th. Now that's allowed Robot back into 2nd spot. Now, battle could be on between Maximus and the Big Hurt for the final podium spot. Gap is just over half a second. Maximus slow coming out of Westfield. Big Hits was driven right past him. Big Hits managed to regain 3rd spot. So now can he defend from Maximus? As Big Hits, that's a fastest lap of 23.8. That's another new fastest lap for him. Can he close 3 seconds back to Robot, make it a very interesting final lap? We will see. Maximus in 4th, Carter in 5th, Danny in 6th, Mick is 7th still, Lex in 8th spot, heading through Clark Curve. There's a power in 9th, he's still circulating. He will score points, so that's a good effort from him on his off-road debut. Matty is still circulating, so that's kudos to him. Stickman now with 25-second lead now on Robot, and that lead, that was 3 seconds before. It's now 2.1. That's come down quite a lot. That was 0.6 of a second difference in that time, and now that gap is about 2 seconds. This is going to be so close for second. And the gap is coming down. There's no other battles on trucks. I'm going to keep an eye on this for now. Gap is literally, you can see it just eroding. Now under 2 seconds. It's a Big Hurt now, heads through Westfield, through Dingledell and Sheen. I think the Big Hurt's made a mistake in this part of the lap. The gap is now staying steady around 2.1. As Maximus comes in, presumably he's going to try for the fastest lap. He's got nothing to lose, he's in fourth, he's on his own. And flying through Graham Hill. He is pushing every boundary to try and catch Robot. Another purple sector. Gap is still holding steady to around 2 seconds. I don't think he's going to do it, you know. Maximus fourth as Danny only is about 4 seconds back. But again, Maximus is on fresher tyres. Sammy in sixth is a bit lonely now, as is Mick. Lex in 8th, this power just having a talk through the gravel, is 9th. Manny in 10th, so it's now 17 seconds for their Robot in second. Big Hit has not gained. In fact, if anything, it's lost time last couple of laps. Robot's done a good job of stemming the fight back on. Now head through Circuits and down Pilgrim's Drop before the right-handed Hawthorns. 1.7 seconds is the gap only. It's got 1.5 laps left to make the front. In fact, the gap is closing this time. That's Matty off in the gravel. I was panicking there in case that was Robot. But now he's starting to close, and now we're possibly going to have a final lap. Joe Stickman just heading through Paddock Hill. So here we go again. Final lap, the pressure's on Robot. Can he hold off the Big Hurt for second place? Heading through Paddock Hill and heading up towards Druids. Robot's holding the gap steady in the Graham Hill. Mick gets out of the way of these two fighting and scrapping. Now heading through Mercedes. So he's just not close enough. Now heading through Hawthorns and into Westfield. The gap's holding steady. Stickman just about to come through Clearways and into Clark. Curve for the final time, and he's going to claim what seems like a dominant win, but that doesn't tell the story. Well done, Stickman. Robot looks like he will hang on the second touch wood. Heading now through Clark Curve for the final time. He's just about got it. And there he goes. Second spot to Robot. Third spot to the Big Hurt. Maximus is now heading through the final corner. Gets fourth. Danny claims fifth in the end. And Sammy Carter is one of the last to finish. heading through Clark Curve for the final time. He's now going to head to the start finish line and get himself 6th spot. Well done. Phew. Well, that was a lively race. Well done everybody for the race today. Well done to Andy for his first win. On that note, I will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. We should have Super Formula on tomorrow night, as long as nothing happens with the lobby. Fingers crossed. And then this weekend will be Formula 1 Division 1 and 2 on Saturday, and then Sunday will be GTS Divisions 1 and 2. And on that note, I shall say my goodbyes now. Thank you very much for watching.